sentence and its types. First of all, we'll try to understand what is meant by a sentence. See the definition, the first important point. A sentence contains both subject and predicate that express a complete thought. So there are three important requirements to make it a sentence. First one, it should have a subject. Second one, it should have a predicate. And third one, it should have a complete thought. So one by one, we'll try to understand. First one, subject. Subject is a word, a phrase, or a clause. So it can be any one of these three. Subject can be a single word or the group of words, that is a phrase, or a clause about which the statement is made. Now, what is predicate? Predicate is a part of the sentence used to state something about the subject. Yes, predicate is the additional information given about the subject. So, subject is the topic of discussion and predicate is the explanation or additional information given about the subject. We'll try to understand the sentence by some examples. See the first one, I learn English. In this example, I is the subject and learn English is the predicate. I is the thing about which something is spoken, so it is the topic of discussion. And learn English is the additional information given about the subject I, so it is predicate. In the next example, she wrote a poem. She is the subject because it is the topic of discussion, and wrote a poem is the predicate because it is the information given about the subject. In the third example, they will complete their work. They is the subject and will complete their work is the predicate. Now, we'll try to understand the types of sentence. Basically, there are four types of sentence and we'll try to understand one by one what are they. See the first one, simple sentence. It contains one subject and one predicate that express a complete thought. Yes, see the definition. In simple sentence, there is only one subject and there is only one predicate and there should be a complete thought. That sentence should be meaningful. See the example, the bus was late. In this example, the bus is the subject and was late is the predicate. There is only one subject, the bus, and only one predicate, was late, so it is a simple sentence. Next one, they went by cab. In this example, they is the subject and went by cab is the predicate. So only one subject is there and one predicate is there. That is why it is the simple sentence. The next important type of the sentence is compound sentence. See the definition. It contains two or more simple sentences joined together by coordinating conjunctions. Yes, so at least two simple sentences are necessary to make compound sentence. Simple sentences can be more, they can be added, and though you add more simple sentences, it will remain the same as compound sentence. And these simple sentences should be joined together by the coordinating conjunctions. See the example, Pratik went to college and Pooja stayed at home. In this example, you can see there are two simple sentences. The first one is Pratik went to college and the second one is Pooja stayed at home. Both of these sentences are having two different subjects and different predicates, so they are the different sentences, and these two different sentences are joined together by the coordinating conjunction and so it becomes the compound sentence. See the next example, I waited for the train but it was too late. The first simple sentence is I waited for the train, and the second simple sentence is it was too late. So these two simple sentences are joined together by the coordinating conjunction but, so it becomes the compound sentence. See the next one. The third important type of sentence is complex sentence. It contains a main clause and one or more dependent clauses. Yes, that means subordinate clauses. See, it contains a main clause. At least one main clause is required. This sentence should have one main clause. That means it should have one simple sentence. And then some additional clauses, at least one subordinate or dependent clause. So it becomes the complex sentence. See the example, we won the game because we took collective efforts. In this example, we won the game is the main clause. It is the simple sentence and it is the main clause, and because we took collective efforts, it is the subordinate clause. And the difference between main clause and subordinate clause is main clause can stand by itself, it can stand alone, but subordinate clause cannot stand alone, it is dependent on the main clause to complete its meaning. If we see we won the game is the main clause and it can stand alone, the meaning is complete. But because we took collective efforts, this clause cannot stand alone. So it is the subordinate clause and it depends on the main clause to complete the meaning. So it becomes the dependent clause. So it is the example of complex sentence. The next one, although she broke her arm, she still cheered for her team. In this example, although she broke her arm is the subordinate clause. So the subordinate clause can come at the end of the sentence or at the beginning of the sentence. Here, although she broke her arm, it is the subclause, and she still cheered for her team, that is the main clause. That is the simple sentence and it functions as the main clause. So the subclause, although she broke her arm, is dependent on the main clause, she still cheered for her team to complete the meaning. So one main clause and one subordinate clause, it becomes the complex sentence. So in both of these examples, in complex sentence, the dependent clauses are joined together with the main clauses with subordinating conjunction. So, because and although, these are the subordinating conjunctions, and that is why these clauses are also called subordinate clause. So, this is the important factor regarding complex sentence. One main clause and one subclause, it becomes the complex sentence. The last important type of the sentence is compound complex sentence. See the definition, it contains two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. Yes, when two independent clauses are joined together by some coordinating conjunction, it becomes compound sentence. If you add some subordinating clause to this compound sentence, so it becomes complex sentence. See the example. Raj goes for the party, but Sia does not go because she is introvert. In this example, there are three clauses. The first one is Raj goes for the party. So it is the first simple sentence. The second one, Sia does not go. It is the second simple sentence, and these two simple sentences are joined together by the coordinating conjunction but, and see the subordinating clause, because she is introvert. So because is the subordinating conjunction and because she is introvert is a subclause. It is the dependent clause which depends on the earlier clauses to complete its meaning. So it becomes the complex sentence. Hence, the combination of compound and complex sentence makes it compound complex sentence. Now, there is another example. If you want to be successful, you should work hard and wait for the final results. This is also the example of compound complex sentence. The subclause, if you want to be successful, is followed by two clauses, two simple sentences. The first one, you should work hard, and the second one, wait for the final results. And these two simple sentences are joined together by the coordinating conjunction, and so it becomes the compound sentence. And as one subclause has been added here, it becomes the complex sentence. So this is also the example of compound complex sentence. It can also be called as complex compound sentence, as the subclause comes earlier and it is followed by the compound sentence. So it is called complex compound sentence too.